Welcome back to Dirt to Daytona, folks. Today we've got North Carolina Speedway, otherwise known as The Rock. I love this track, and hopefully we're going to get back on track after having a mechanical failure at Daytona and just getting so frustrated that our race ended in a 36th place to start our final season. Not how we wanted to start it. Of course, that dream final season includes us starting it off with a Daytona 500 victory. But I digress. We have lots of racing to go this season, lots of NASCAR racing to go in other series that we'll do. It will not be the last Daytona 500 ever, but it will be the last Daytona 500 in Dirt to Daytona. We have won one Daytona 500, so I'm okay with that. Moving on, this race is one of my favorite tracks, so let's get out there. Like I said, put this the last race behind us and focus on getting a victory here. We will see you at qualifying. If we do it right, we can get in the 23s. All right, here we go down the front stretch. Qualifying effort on the way. That didn't work out the way I'd hoped it would have. It's all right. We kept up some decent speed. I was trying to go high, so we arced it in well, and it just didn't arc in the way that I'd hoped it would have. Oh, this one either. The crap. All right, well, we kept speed up again. But I don't think we're getting in the 23s. Maybe. I don't know. We'll find out. All right, 050 should be enough for a pole position, which is a nice change from last race. And there you have it. We will start on the front row in pole position. Complete opposite of the last race. Let's get out here and just dominate the entire thing. Clean racing, good racing, smart racing, safe racing, victory racing.
Under beautiful Carolina blue skies, welcome to the North Carolina Speedway, also known as The Rock. This 1-mile oval's been thrilling fans for over 30 years. With 22 degrees of banking and a tough-on-tires surface, you get fierce competition that gives The Rock its name.
Get set. The race is going green. There's the green flag.
Up in front of Martin here so we can get a good arc going into one. Or we'll do that. Okay. That was all right. I don't think that, yeah, I was going to say that didn't even show up. There we go. Don't expect them to stay back there. Maybe they will. I don't know. I remember in the Truck Series, similarly, we had the Daytona race, and then we came out in the second race, and it seemed like the cars weren't as fast, but they're still bunched up, if that makes sense. So, like, triple-digit cars are definitely faster than they were, but they're not as fast as the double and single-digit cars. So, we'll see how that all turns out. Got 197 laps in the race, 39 or 40 in the tank. It's one of the last races that we ran last season, so I mean we pretty much just ran this race a few episodes ago, and it's a racetrack that I'm very comfortable and very confident with. The nice thing about the change with the triple digit cars, they may be still in the back of the pack. They run faster, so when we do end up catching them, we will not have to be slamming on our brakes as much, and when we're in corners, they should be, even though we'll be passing them, they should at least be holding some speed around the track, so that's going to be nice. We're not just going to be blowing past them at 20 miles an hour faster than they can top out at. And that'll be a big difference in NASCAR Heat 5, potentially. I don't really know. Actually, I might keep their... Obviously, I announced a couple races ago that we're going to have... It's going to be free for people to come in as AI drivers in the Truck Series. So I'm going to be posting the Discord probably in the next week or so once this video drops. Look for it in the description. And hopefully we'll be able to start getting with you guys. I'll be able to start getting with you guys about sponsors you want on your trucks and things like that. And that'll give everyone, you know, a chance to see what I'm talking about. And then when we get into the Xfinity series or we get into the Cup series, then we'll look at a payment type situation, you know, a little subscription payment on Patreon to stay in it or to continue to advance in your career. Because I think it's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be very immersive, and you know, if you want out, you can be out, and we'll put a little story together about how you decided to retire, put a different driver in place, whether it be another subscriber or it be an AI driver or whatever. They're all going to be AI. It's going to be a single player game. I'm not inviting a multiplayer league here. I'm actually creating the driver's AI, and you know, your name, and then whatever sponsorship you want, and then I'll put a paint scheme together on it and all that. Anyway, though, look for that Discord to open up. I've got most of it done already. I just haven't focused or sat down and really put together the different rooms and all that stuff. So I'll put that in the description pretty quick here and remind people at the end of the races that to go there and check it out, get involved. Also, there will be a community area where you guys can chat about whatever you want there. Just like any other Discord, nothing special. If that's where you guys want to meet and chat, then that's cool. If you just want to use that for the series that we have going on, or even just for your own drivers that have been created to keep track of what's going on there, we'll do all that. It's no big deal. It'll just be an option for you guys. And of course, I'll keep up with what's going on in there. As far as the last race went, you know, it's very frustrating to have a mechanical damage. It looked like the story was actually going to be kind of neat. We drove back to front. It was very challenging. It was a lot of really tight racing. I loved it. Cars came off of pit road. I was racing Ward Burton. He decided to go inside. I was very tight up on the outside, about to go around the traffic that had just come off of pit road, and he took an extraordinarily sharp turn right into us. There was no doubt that it was a move that he made and not something that we messed up on. We were there when he made the move, slammed into us, gave us damage. I still felt confident about the race.
All clear.
You know, we had a fast car. We were able to drive from the front to the back. Then we come out and we're racing again, and we get caught. I don't know how it happened, but we got caught on the bumper of Ricky Rudd as he was pitting. And then we damaged the car, and we were going to wait until at least pit stops cycled around before we really cared about it. It wasn't going to be that big of a deal. And then we had a power steering failure. And I don't know, at first it seemed manageable, but we were alone on the track. But then even alone on the track, as our tires wore out, it got progressively harder to drive. And then, of course, frustration runs true when you have half a race to go. You've been recording for an hour. Your power steering goes out. You were looking forward to putting together some masterful finish to get back up to the front. And now you have no chance because you're driving 4 or 5 miles an hour slower in the corners at best. At times, we were a good 10, 15 miles slower when we had to touch our brakes so we wouldn't run into the wall. Or we did run into the wall and slow down quite a bit. So, I mean, frustrating. But as you can see, we're out here at the Rock, and we're putting together another nice performance as we've started to lap some of these triple-digit cars. But note that we're not just flying past these cars as we have in the past. Yeah, we're catching them, but McCabe there on the straight, he put up a fight. He wasn't somebody I just drove past and all quick. So that's cool, and I like that. I like that challenge from the cars that are lower end. So got a long season to go. Daytona 500 is not who we are in our race. We will have times where we have mechanical failure. We'll try to fight through it. If we can't fight through it, then we'll have to retire from the race. That's just how that goes. Our goal, 23 top fives. That would be breaking our... That would break our record. And then, of course, we had 17 victories last year. We'd like to hit at least 18 this year, even though the competition is harder. I think it's a good goal to shoot for. So, got 26 left in the tank on this first run. And we are well in front of the other cars that are on the lead lap with us. We're about to get into some of the double-digit cars. As you can tell, there's also triple-digit cars fighting with them, so that's pretty cool there on the back end of the double and triple-digit and single-digit cars. We're just going to kind of maneuver our way around, focus up for the rest of this first run, and we'll be back on the mic with you with a caution or when we are pitting. May have to pit before I run out of gas. My front right got toasted. I was driving way too hard early on. We'll find out where we end up, but we've already driven more than 40 laps. We've driven 44 at this point. But Mike Skinner, I don't know if he blew a tire or what, but he's definitely damaged. I'm just gonna do our best not to wreck our tire. Blow our tire. Where are we at here? Yeah, we're real close to blowing this tire. We should pit. Let's see.
Clear high.
Bet we can go around one more time and then we'll pit. You know, we should probably pit right now. Should probably pit right now. It's hard to do, but it's hard to want to do, but it's the right thing to do, so that's what we're going to do.
Down.
There we go. All right. Yeah, I got to be better with those tires. That's on me. Everyone else will be pitting within the next couple laps. You already see some flags waving. Here we go. Back out onto the track. 40 in the tank. We can go 45 or so. We just need the green to stay out during this time so that we don't end up down a lap in the whole snitchiation. So got a number of cars that are already pitting.
Car high. Clear high. All clear.
There we go. We got probably 3 more start leaders up there. I'm going to drive it a little bit more into the corner and start using my brakes more, because then I'm not, what I do when I talk about this pretty much every time I race is I lean on that front right to slow me down. Well, my right sides in general, but it tends to be the front right where the weight is. So that's what causes the problem.
The car head is pitted.
So I need to just use my brakes a little more and stop leaning on. What is he doing? Why is dude doing that? How bad is it? 6%. We'll be fine.
There's a spin in turn 4.
That was dumb though. Come on. All of a sudden these cars are driving super slow. Well, he hasn't pit yet, so he would be driving really slow compared to what I was driving. All right. Yeah, that was on me. All right. The hell is Labani still out for like that? Oh, he might not be. Yeah, he's not. Burton's still out. Earnhardt's in. Burton's the last one out. All right. And he's right there, pitting. Yeah, we got damage. We'll be fine. We'll be fine. Everything feels fine with the car. Burton goes on to pit road. We get our lead back. And we're 8 seconds ahead of Atwood, who hasn't pit yet. So it's just a matter of us bringing it around and everything else kind of working its way out the way it should. Yeah, that sucks. I didn't think about the fact that those cars are a lot slower when they haven't pit yet, and I slammed into the back of the dude, and that's on me. But, you know, we got radiator damage, but like I said, we're not overheating. We're fine. Front end is damaged. It's a short track, so whatever. I'm just hoping that I do better on the tires this time than I did on the last go round. Got an 11-second lead on second place, so we're doing exactly what we want to do in our final season. We're dominating at the Rock. That makes me very happy. Trying to think about what I'm gonna do. Got 143 laps to go, so we'll be down to, I bet we can make it to 100. Maybe not. Maybe 105. So that means 105. Let me think. 160 probably, because we're probably doing 45 laps a run. So 145 down, or 105 down to 60. And then, yeah, it doesn't matter. So we got 3 stops left. That sucks, but oh well.
Still there.
No cautions yet. That makes me very happy.
All clear.
I like just running the races, especially when I'm leading by this much, because when there's a caution, of course,
All clear.
everybody ends up catching right back up to me and I got to do it all over again. And honestly, if we end up like 20 laps into this, I'd probably pit, because our last pit is going to be with about 20 to go. Or 15 to go or something. So if I can run this one, you know, another 10 or so laps and a caution were to come out, we pit, and that would just be one of our pit stops. That'd be fine.
Carlo.
We are doing all right. Yeah, at the end of our last run, we were, I mean, granted, we had the issues with the tires, but we could not, well, we almost passed Robbie Gordon, and I had to change the way I was driving because we had problems with the front right so bad that I had to pay attention to that. I don't know. Yeah, we're smoking it again. I know it's because I'm overdriving it. It's whatever, you know? It's obviously working for us now. Even if we had to pit 2 or 3 laps earlier than everyone else just because our tire is so worn, we're still 13 seconds ahead of second place and third place right now, so I feel okay about it. And the harder we drive now, the farther up we get over everyone. Put people like Labonte there a lap down. We got Gordon we're chasing down. Jeff Gordon this time. It was Robbie Gordon we couldn't pass earlier in our run, late in our last run, I should say. But we're doing all right now. Gordon's got a pretty fast car though, so I'm not sure if we will catch him. I should definitely make that my focal point. He's weaving through traffic fairly well as we're doing the same. These laps are, I mean, we're 10 seconds away from passing Dale Jarrett. Stewart's even dropping back still, so obviously not as fast, but it's happening. Actually, we're only about 5 seconds away from catching 6 or 7, but still, you get the point. We're not that far away from lapping 5th place, and I love it. I love every point, every bit of it, especially after the last race being the way it was. And always, and I've said this in all my videos where I dominate like this after having a bad race, I never, ever, 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 you want to see me lap everybody in the group 10 times, that's when I change the difficulty down to even 1 step lower. I would never do it. That's just the dumbest shit ever. I'd rather lose every race by 12 laps and just get better and be competitive than switch the difficulty. That's just not how I'm built, so just because I'm dominating this race doesn't mean I made any changes other than the fact that Daytona 500 gives you their best. We had a mechanical failure. I believe we would have won that race as well. All of the big tracks, well, there's that answer. All of the big tracks have us running tight with other cars. It's these short tracks where we can drive different than the cars around us that we're able to do what we're doing. Yeah, we're gonna pit, and then we'll figure it out. We'll pit. Yeah.
Get set. The race is going green.
Oh, I forgot to look at who caused the caution.
Carlo.
Anyway,
Carlo.
that was not a good start for me, but we're all right because there's 3 wide in front of us, and I don't want any of it. Let's jump inside and make it 4 wide. Yeah. Just kidding. Okay, well, Mac, you definitely drove down on us. That was dumb.
Clear high.
We're fine, but that was dumb. It's the same thing every time you restart this game. It's absolute carnage. Try to get another good run off. Number 2. Turn 2.
Clear high.
Why? Should have been. I mean, we didn't actually. I don't think we actually hit him. I didn't hear it. We have the damage from hitting Mac, but nothing more. We're all right. 3rd place versus Tony Stewart right in front of us. 2nd, Mark Martin right in front of us. All these cars that we had double-digit lead on are in front of us, but we pit. I mean, we did pit. They still have to pit. I don't think a few cars pit with us because they were behind us coming out of the pit, but not many. None of these cars that are up here pit. I mean, the leaders. So Martin and Stewart probably, but they probably still have 25 to 30 laps left on their tires. I had 25 left in the tank, knowing that I could go 45, maybe even more if we choose to save a little. It seemed like it made sense at the time, so that's what I did. All right, yeah, so Kenseth back up on the lead lap himself, doing a good job of staying up there. It's going all right for him. I mean, I think that I can catch these guys, but I don't need to, like, bust my tail off to get there right now. Just keep driving the car the way I'm driving the car and we'll be all right. I am going to drive into the corners a little bit harder, use the brakes, though, because I was backing up the corners a lot and just coasting through them, but we were using up our tires quite a bit doing that. I don't want to do that anymore.
Still there. You're all clear.
We're gonna, I mean, obviously Kenseth was quite a bit away out in front of Martin, and now Martin's right on him, so I feel pretty confident that we're gonna pass both of these guys, and Kenseth is still gonna be a lap down after it. I don't think that I'm gonna be able to pass him on the outside, but maybe, because I can definitely do the corner faster than them. Get that lead back. Cheers from around the world can be heard as we take the lead back and we get in front of Kenseth going into 3. Booyah! Martin passes Kenseth as well, just securing the fact that he's going to be a lap down. We love it. I don't have a problem with Kenseth anymore. It's been a while since he's been of any consequence to us. Ward Burton, shit list. Ricky Rudd, less of the shit list, but still there. Kinda it. I think Chris Enoch in the 211 car, he's been a problem for us when we're lapping cars and he does stupid stuff. Really though, Ward Burton's been the worst overall. He makes some psycho moves on us and really just has screwed up multiple races of ours in the last 5 races, so. But, you know, as you know, we finished our year strong last year and we're already back in the lead here, looking to go from having a pretty unfortunate race to having a stellar performance as long as we continue to drive like we are. I mean, we got in front of Martin and we've just been driving away from him. No lap traffic to slow him down either. We're just driving away from him. So that's been great. I'm letting the car slow down a little bit more than normally. I'll try to get on it again at 130, but I'm actually letting it slow down a little bit more now. This one 135, but I've been doing the same thing, getting it about 5-6 miles an hour slower. That does save the tires a little bit, so. We are still heating them up a bit too much. Oh well. I mean, I can slow it down even more, I guess. Alright, I feel like there's better ways I can do this, so I should probably look around for them since I have such a nice lead. Or I could just keep driving the absolute hell out of the car and pitting when I need to pit and just do it that way. I don't know.
Clear low.
I'm not quite sure. I like lapping people, that's fun. Ooh, we got a smoker there.
You're all clear.
Echo River. Looking to get off the track, unable to get down to pit lane. He may bring out a caution. It's all dependent on what's going on with the rest of the field. Speaking of, we got Chris Enoch just a couple places up from where we are right now. Owen Justice behind him.
Still there. Clear high.
I've thought about bringing some of the drivers and paint schemes from this series into the other one as well. It depends on what kind of interest we end up getting from you guys. I don't know if you guys, if we end up having the league, and I mean, I think it's super cool having subscribers in a league. That'd be a lot of fun. Not, again, you're not driving. You have an AI driver, so you're watching what your driver does. It's fun. But anyway, I know that it would be something that probably just you would want to see your own driver, so I can see where it might not catch on that great. Legendary drivers, potentially. Old school legendary drivers I can put in with their old school or variations of their old paint jobs, modern interpretations of those old paint jobs and stuff like that, paint schemes.
You're all clear.
There's always options there. You'll catch it. You're fine. Nobody's gonna catch it. Anyway, though, there's still so much up in the air of what happens with that. I'm going to actually start working on it pretty quick here, so I'm going to be putting out a community alert, and like I said, with the Discord, we'll put that on as soon as I put out the community alert. I'll be getting together with the people who have interests, and we'll be putting your cars together, and then, you know, it's still months away, but it's going to take me months on the side with time I don't really have to do it. That's why I dropped from doing 7 races or 7 videos a week down to 4, because there are then days that I can work solely on that, which I used to record during. That wasn't good. I guess it wasn't that terrible, though. We dented, but we didn't damage the wheels.
Clear high.
What do we got left in the tank? 21 in the tank. Let's do a speed up now.
Clear.
And we will be back on the mic. Or we're getting ready to pit. We'll talk to you then.
low.
Gotta first watch those tires warning. We got bad front right, but I really drove hard after I damaged that front right anyway. That's why it's so worn. But we only have 3 left in the tank, so we'll get around it just fine. Cars are catching us that are fresh, but multiple laps down right now, so no big deal there. I'm just gonna keep driving it out.
Watch those tires.
Shut your mouth. Tell me to watch my time. I'm watching them. I'm watching them almost explode. We'll pit the next time around. Car feels terrible right now. Absolutely terrible. Which is why we're getting lapped.
Car low.
Yeah, we're definitely gonna pit right now.
Slow down.
We're good, man. We're good. Not trying to get up on the track yet. That's not when you... There we go. Right here. All right. Of course, we're a lap down from Jarrett and Gordon.
Into the pit.
Gordon's going in right now. Jarrett's in line to go in. Not really sure why the crap Hermie just did that, but he ended up spinning all the way out, which isn't great.
Yellow's out. You're all
That's
clear.
actually really
Big
bad.
car's out.
That's going to keep us a lap down. Oh, that sucks. All right.
Get set. The race is
So
going
here's the
green.
gig. I realized I was going to pit. I realized if I pit, I wouldn't be in front of everybody because the 2 leaders were on pit road when I caused the caution. So now I'm driving away from everybody, staying on on the lead lap. And if there is a caution flag that comes out, I could get my lap back. And with everybody restarting together, there's a very solid potential that could happen. We got Tony Stewart and Mark Martin behind us. We've got Dale Jarrett and Jeff Gordon. Would you look at that?
There's a spin in turn
Guess
2.
who is back on the lead lap in 3rd place? That's right. It's us. Martin and Stewart also on the lead lap. They got their lap back as well. Matt Kenseth, Jeff Burton, bring out the caution.
Pace car.
I had to have other cars think that they had a chance in this race, so I went down a lap for a lap. And now we're back in the lead. What? Why did dude do that to me? Why did Robbie Gordon do that to me? S-O-B.
Car high.
Ugh.
Car high.
Nope, that's not what I meant to do. We're all right. He's
You're all
fine.
clear.
He's fine. I wanted to see how much body damage I got from Robbie Gordon sending the car up into me. First class, priority mail overnights. Sir, do you have a tracking number for that stupid shit? No.
All clear.
Here we come. Back at it. Ooh, Stewart's running this corner very slow. Pardon me, Mr. Stewart.
Still there.
I'm going to be doing a project at the Home
You're all
Depot
clear.
called Leaving Your Ass Behind. Whoa, car feels a little weird. That was a very awkward turn in. The whole car kind of like twisted when I did that. The body damage may be a real problem. We want to go at least... what, 70, 60, carry the 72. Yeah. We want to go another 30 laps. We have 30 in the tank? Nope. So I better figure that out. I guess I should focus more on that than passing this absolutely destroyed car in front of me. I just backed my corner up and I almost ran into him. That's funny. I'm gonna start saving. Need to save like 4 laps the rest of the race. We got this.
Still there. Still Still there.
We got this. Look at that. Look at that. I'm even backing them up and I still got it. But that's because I'm doing the leaning on my front right again. What is that doing? Well, it's lighting it on fire. It's fine. Everything is fine, folks. We're all good. Stewart dropped back quite a bit. Jarrett being here is more impressive than anything because Stewart dropped back quite a bit. Wow, I was slowed down a lot in that corner. How dude is battling me. You want to see what I can do? All right, fine. Watch me hit this wall. That's what I can do, sir. Get in there. Get in there. No. We're leaving everyone else behind, but Dale Jarrett is definitely sticking around. I don't know why Mark Martin... Oh, no, it wasn't Martin. Who? Oh, I wasn't really paying attention. It was Jarrett and... It wasn't Stewart. It was Stewart and... Was it Wallace then? Because it was Stewart and Mark Martin that were behind me that got their lap back. I don't know. We're starting to drive away from Jarrett now. It looks like he gave it all he had for a while. Can never just be a clean, boring race, can it? Well, I guess it wouldn't be a lot of fun for content if it was just a clean, boring race for you guys, though. I am very curious as to how it's going to go when I run long races in NASCAR Heat 5. I don't really see people running them. It's like every race they run in series is that they do. Well, the people that I've ever seen. I don't really watch a lot of YouTube, but the people that I've seen run them in the past, probably the last one I watched was a couple years ago, but they ran, I don't know. I think it was like a quarter races. It just seems like a sprint, you know? Like the whole race and weird random stuff has no time to really unfold. That's what I noticed running these endurance races is like the stories that unfold in the race that wouldn't have unfolded if it was just a quick sprint. Like imagine if we ran, this is a 60 lap race. Well, in the first 60 laps, we were up double digit seconds over second place. We had a bunch of cars laps down. We were flying through. It was an easy win. Now you make it 197 laps and we've already been down a lap at this whole thing. We caused an accident coming out off a pit road and brought out a caution when the two leaders were pitting and it put us down a lap. And then another caution came out unrelated to anything we did and ended up putting us in a position where we got our lap back. And that's where we are now, back in first place, but only 2 seconds ahead, 2.5 seconds ahead of second place, where if this was a quick race, we just would have won. We would have dominated the whole thing, no problem. So there's so much more that can happen, so many more variables that can come up when you're running these endurance races, and that's awesome. It is very awesome. I don't have time to run full races unless this was my job, which it is absolutely not even something I make money at, but maybe someday. And I'm the type that I would put a lot back into my channel if I did make money off of it. You know, I'd put it back into the channel, put it into things like giveaways and stuff like that, probably, because I just think that that's, you know, a good way to keep everybody involved in the channel and interested in what we're doing. And I think other people's opinions matter on the type of stuff that I put out within reason. Again, right now I'm building something, you know, we're building something together, but the limitations come from my time and availability at this time. Well, we'll get there. We'll just keep doing what we're doing, and I think that this will grow. I mean, shoot, we've got... Whoa. That's what happens when you're still turning the wheel at the end of the corner. Anyway, we'll continue to put out different games that are racing related, and we'll continue to do a lot of fun stuff. And I think that when this is all said and done, this channel is going to be something special with the community that's already shown up. Looks like we have some takers for pit road. Rusty Wallace down in first place. Dale Jarrett falling off. Tony Stewart fell off quite a bit. Jeff Gordon there now because Mark Martin pit. We've got 14 left in the tank, and we are definitely about to start backing our corners up more. I think this is the first time we've run this track that we've like completely toasted the tires each time, and I don't think we're gonna do that this run. I think we'll be all right this run. But the first two runs, we really burned out that front right. We haven't done that before. We usually do it a bit on the first run, but not on the first two runs. It's more competitive, regardless of how far ahead we have been on cars. It's more competitive than it was before, and I can feel that for sure. Anyway, though, not a ton of laps left in this run. Tony Stewart on pit road now. He's a lap down. We're going to go ahead and run the rest of this thing out. We'll be back with you when we are getting ready to pit on the mic.
Out.
Oh, this is bad. 48 to go. Pitting, we get 40. We can definitely save 5. I don't think we can save 8. Let's pit. Whatever. Whatever. There's only a couple of us on the lead lap anyway. Might as well pit and see what happens.
The race is going green. There's the green
So
flag.
we got, what? 44 at the line, probably 38. Yeah, I should probably shift, huh? Anyway, let's get in front of everybody. Hold on for one lap or so. Ooh, that was scary. Did you see that back end get squirrely? Careful about how cocky I'm being, huh? That thing got super squirrely there, and I did not like it. It got squirrely there again. Why are we so loose all of a sudden? Rusty Wallace catch. All right, so 37 in the tank. Can we save 6? Can we save 6 laps? I mean, everybody still has to pit, honestly. All the leaders definitely have to pit. I don't think any of these guys pit yet because it wasn't within the actual window. If I back these corners up quite a bit, it might not matter. I mean, do I get in front of Wallace first or do I not care? You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't really matter to me because if I don't get in front of him, he still has to pit anyway. But if we do this right, we don't have to pit. Of course, it's saying that a caution's not going to come out anyway. And also, 1 and 2, with us coasting, everybody slams on their brakes going into 1 and 2, so we can take the lead there. But we're going to lose it in 3 and 4 because I come way off, like here in 3 and 4.
Stay high, still there.
And whoop, hi, buddy. Just saying what's up. Just saying hi. How to do, my friend. How to do.
Stay high, still there.
Yes, I could drive away, but I want to make sure that I've got the. Well, I mean, if we pit, if there's a caution that comes out, we could just pit. Now we're in the window. But I mean, I'd like it not to come out, and I'd like to actually be able to just do a fuel savings thing for once, because that's fun. We've tried it many times, and a caution always has come out, and that's stupid. Like, if we start to watch this now, just get kind of an idea. Is it at the line? Have we saved anything? That one was right at the line, but that doesn't mean anything. That could have been a full lap that we've already saved. 38 to go, 33 in the tank. That means we're only 5 short now, and we were 6 short before. So, yeah, we have already saved a whole lap. So when we go over the line this time, it shouldn't count down. I'm hoping. Did. Why? Why does that do that? It's almost like it waits until later to actually show up on gas saved. We'll see. Because I know for a fact you save on this track a lot. Regardless, we'll run it out. I mean, there's nothing else we can do. We're going to try to save gas. And if push comes to shove, we'll go in for a squirt and right sides and we'll be fine. We have to get right sides. We'll have the right sides worn off. Left sides we'll be able to manage, at least not blowing a tire. Now my brain is just going, I'm racking my brain wondering why that's ticking down every single time we cross the line. Like we're not saving. I've watched us save doing this exact same marks many times. Like you save so much gas on this track. You do 45, 46 laps a run. And so I don't know why it's acting like we're not doing that right now. Well, it may not matter. Depends on what happens here when we come around turn 4 and see a car stopped or sideways. How are you going to call a wreck on turn? I see nothing. Nada. Not even a tiny little something. There's Jarrett, though. A lap down. Interesting. Wonder when we'll start to see that. Now he's about to be 2 laps down. Oh yeah, you do lose 2 laps on pit road.
Still there. Clear low.
I'll wait until there's like 20 in the tank and see if it just doesn't show up early. It might not show up early.
All clear.
We have backed our corners up way behind where we were before. Ugh.
Still there.
I don't like this part. Now I'm gonna back it way up because of stupid Enoch, who always is my nemesis forever and ever.
Still there. Clear high.
I don't know when Rusty and Gordon have to pit, but they're gonna have to pit at some point as well. Then you think of like Mark Marty and Andretti. That's not a full pit stop down from us. That's one lap. They'd be in front of us if we pit. Or at least we'd be right in line with each other. Because Dale Jarrett was on the same lap as us. Dale Jarrett was like 3 seconds back in 3rd place. And then all of a sudden he's 2 laps down. Going into the pits, so... Very interesting. He does not have to go into the pits again, though, and a number of these other cars will have late race stops. And if we don't start showing that we're saving gas, we're going to be one of those cars, which is super annoying. But again, I said I'm waiting until there's 20 left in the tank before I start watching it. Although I have noticed on this track especially, you'll see 3 left to go, and you'll go 3 laps before it switches to 2 to go. So it's just how the game is. It's no big deal. We'll have the savings hopefully at the end of the race and be able to not have to pit again. That would be the way I'd like it to be. I don't want another caution. I just want to be able to run it out. We've got a 7-second lead on 2nd place. Almost a 10-second lead on 3rd place, and then everybody else is at least a lap down. And that's the 2nd time we've done that. Remember, we lost a lap at one point. We had a lot of cars on the lead lap with us again after that. But then, you know, this is our track, man. I love this track. This is the time that newspaper article could say, we just own this track. Because it was one of those tracks that, it was, you know, it's the 2nd track we ever raced in the Cup Series. Of course, everybody knows Daytona. But running the Rock isn't really something you get to do all the time. So when I ran it, I had no idea. But then I was like, wow, it's fast for a short track. It's so fast. And I loved that. And then, of course, then all I wanted to do was figure out, because obviously 1 and 2 are different than 3 and 4. And then all I wanted to do was get good, you know, get good at all of them.
Clear low. You're all clear.
As we go ahead and lap Mr. Burton again. Love to do it. Love to do that. And now we've got Rusty Wallace 10 seconds down, Jeff Gordon 12 seconds down as we continue 11-13 now as we continue our sheer dominance. I think they're both on pit road. Yes, they are. So there's that answer. So even if we have to pit, we'll be in an okay spot to do a splash and go, I think. Now that they have pit, I'm not worried about anything really. How are we doing on our tires? Yeah, we're not even smoking them right now. We've just been, because we've been backing everything up so absolutely much.
Car is headed into the pit. Clear high, clear low.
Wonder if we'll do... Ooh, Andretti sitting there in third place now. Good for him.
High, still there.
I was just about to say, I wonder if we'll get the 2 laps on those 2 cars. There's Wallace right there. Yep, 2 laps down. Couldn't do what I wanted to do there. I was going to die if I did. I'm not sure if Martin and Andretti do have to pit again. Yeah, they do. They pit with... Maybe not Martin. I don't know offhand. I think Andretti definitely has to pit because I think we lapped him the old school way, so I think he has to pit and he's going to be about 3 laps down.
You're all clear.
But Martin may not have to pit. And I'm not looking yet to see if when we're gonna have to pit. We're gonna run this thing off of fumes if we have to. If it ignites, we'll drive it.
Stay high, still there, all clear.
Where's Enoch again? He must just have come off pit road recently. That car has gotten hit a couple times in this race. We're gonna drive this one deep because I don't want to.
Clear high.
I was gonna say I didn't want to deal with that. Ward Burton too. He must have taken a pit stop recently because we just had lapped him. 19 left in the tank.
20 to go.
20 to go. Yeah, so we have saved. We've been saving, guys. We got this. We got this thing in the bag. We aren't gonna have to pit again. I guarantee we can save another lap in the next 20 laps. As long as we don't damage our car, we'll be fine. So I just have to do well around the lap traffic. And this is going to be a sheer dominant victory today.
Stay high, still there. You're all clear.
I'd love to go ahead and lap Burton again. Have like 3 or 4 laps down, 5, 6. I don't know how many laps down he is. All the laps down is all I care about. I should get bonus points just for lapping Ward Burton. No? Okay. Well, still though, it'd be nice. After the crap he's put us through, including at the 500. I feel like it's the best way. That's the best. I mean, we did put him on the inside wall at the end of that race because I was annoyed with him and I knew I wasn't going to place well at all. But aside from that, like, we're in a different race now, so the best thing I can do is just absolutely destroy him on the track, not by running into him, not by damaging both of our cars.
The car head is pitted. Car high.
I don't know what car that is, so is that Atwood?
All clear.
Oh, Borland, way up there? Thanks, spotter. We got a whole cluster going on over here, though. I don't like this. Let's see if we can do something here. I don't know. Oh, Enoch just pit. Okay.
The car head is pitted.
Yeah, we got a lot of traffic going on. This tends to be one of those... Oh, Enoch pushing wood out of the way.
Still there.
This tends to be one of those dangerous areas where somebody makes a drastic right turn move and... No, we're racing here. We're not going to stop racing. I don't ever like being on the outside of frickin' Burton because he sucks, but he might be thinking better of it after last week's race and everything. And boom, lapped again. Keeping an eye on Andretti and Martin, see if they end up pitting again. But I don't know. I don't think Martin has to pit again. I think he could probably drive it out. And as it stands right now, we've got 14 in the tank. 13 left in the race. I just messed up while I was trying to figure that out. 13 in the tank right here. So is there 12 left now or 13 left? 13 left, so 12. So yeah, we're almost right on it now. That's good.
Stay high. Still there. The yellow's out.
Well, I guess
All
none of it
clear.
matters anymore. I guess I'll pit, because it doesn't matter to me anymore. And we'll, I hate that. I just wish that this crap could run through, like... I know, cautions are fun. It'd be more fun if you could see what's happening. So that makes it fun, but not even being able to see it, it's just an annoyance. Anyway, we're going to go ahead and give ourselves a full service and just drive this car as hard as we can for the last 10 laps or so. We'll see you after the caution.
Get set. The race is going
Here we go.
green. There's the green
Pardon me,
flag.
gentlemen. I'm just going to go ahead and scooch right in here. Just going to come right into this corner number 1 and just going to go ahead.
Clear
Pardon me.
high.
Pardon me. Thank you. Thank you for that. I appreciate you and everything that you do for this sport. And by that I mean losing, being over a lap down to me coming back from Daytona's travesty, Mike Skinner sideways on
5
pit
laps
road,
to go.
and absolutely decimating the competition by at least 1 lap down, but most importantly, 4th place and on is at least 2 laps down. So, and we would have anyway. We didn't have to pit. We were fine. We had enough gas to get through. We saved enough gas when we were on our last run, so I'm not worried about that. But 4 laps left in this bad boy. And we are going to be 1 win and 1 loss this season. That's how we're putting it. Anything in a top 5 is a positive for us. Anything outside of the top 5 is terrible. I don't know how many. I think there's 30. It might be 34 races in this. I don't remember. I don't think there's 36. I know. I'm talking about this right now like I didn't just finish editing all my videos, but I haven't actually finished last season yet.
2 to go.
This video is actually probably 2 weeks away from the time I'm recording it because I'm trying to get ahead so I can work on the next series. So I'm racing all day today on Labor Day is when I'm running this race. So that's where I'm at. I think episode 28 just dropped of season 10.
Last
And I
lap.
believe there are 3 races left, so 32 or 31, 30 maybe. I don't know if it's 2 episodes or 3 episodes left in the season or 4. That's a good question. I don't know. You will have known by the time this comes out. But anyway, 1-1 this season. 1 win, 1 loss, and fantastic for this team and all of its dominance as we had the fastest lap, most lead laps, and most dominant performance by a driver at The Rock ever. Forgot to do the top 5 thing. My bad. North Carolina coming in first after an intense race. Tony Savoy dominated the field at North Carolina. And we don't care about critics because this whole thing doesn't make any sense. Top 5, Tony Savoy, Mark Martin, John Andretti, Dale Jarrett, Jeff Gordon. We are in 11th place currently in the standings after 2 races due to our issues. Jeff Gordon does lead the series. Tony Stewart 2nd, Ryan Newman 3rd, Sterling Marlin 4th, Rusty Wallace 5th. Our final race in February over there in Las Vegas Motor Speedway. That will be in the next episode, though, folks, because that is going to do it for this episode. A dominant performance, as the news article said, and we can all agree. We did dominate that race. Some excitement early on, but we turned it right around and just ran quite well. Looking forward to heading out to Vegas. Bit warmer out there in February than it is here, so I'm happy about that. And it's a dry heat, so it's okay. But we'll see you in the next episode. Thank you so much for taking the time out of your day to watch this episode. Until next time, and of course, as always, you take care.